For the record, let me just say that your voices will be heard by the superintendent and the other senior administrators in the Stockton Unified School District. And the reason is that because this is a public meeting and we do have a court reporter who is taking every word, every side, capturing every tear. And that report will be delivered to the department, and we will make sure that not only the superintendent gets a copy, but certainly Dale is going to get a copy of that report. So all the concerns that you have are being documented. And I'm sure Dale will make sure not only that the superintendent, that there is some meeting, because the superintendent did express that he did want to reach out and have either listening sessions or review some of these concerns, but as well as the school board get a copy of this. And it will be posted publicly on our website for all to read and see.
And for everybody's use.
Right, absolutely.
And I also want to point out the fact that we are putting together, not only are all the transcripts and every single word posted on the Department of Education's website, we're also putting together a formal report that summarizes all of our what we heard on our consultations, and those things will be transmitted to the Secretary Duncan and the President of the United States for them to review. So, if I could just say a couple things. And I do want to say the department and Secretary Duncan, we're doing everything we can to support you, and it's not just coming out here and having dialogue with you. We take real actions. For the last 2 years, probably the top priority for the administration was saving teacher jobs. I mean, we probably under the Recovery Act, the department probably provided nearly $60 billion to save teacher jobs. And once we realized even $60 billion wasn't enough to save jobs, Secretary Duncan went to the Hill and got another $10 billion pretty much on his own, and got Congress to give us $10 billion more to save jobs. I think the estimates from the White House in terms of what the Obama administration has done to save jobs, provided states probably saved over 300,000 jobs across the country. Again, it sounds crazy. That's almost $70 billion, and it still wasn't enough. But I do want to say, the administration is taking real steps to do whatever we can to fill in the gaps there. So,
thank you.
DQU. Well, let me go back. They started the Ethnic Studies Department at UC Berkeley, which was the first in California, and one of the first in the United States. They were going to offer black Chicano Nation, so I suggested they offer Indian, so they did. Well, I was teaching there, and then they took this DQ over up here, and it was a Army base, and a guy named Jack Forbes, Dr. Jack Forbes from Davis, and he's a brilliant man. He's now deceased, but he's an unbelievable man, and he got a hold of me and asked me if I would come up there and teach. They were going to offer courses, and it was an abandoned base. They took it over, and they were going to establish a college, which they did. And I came up there, and I taught a political science course and a history course, and which you have to, if you're going to teach in college, you have to offer history and government and a series of other things. But that was my contribution. And we had Indians that came from all over the country. We had Indians from South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, as well as California. And it was beautiful. I drove up there from San Francisco twice a week to teach, and I'd teach 3 hours each day. And I didn't do it for the money. I did it just to help out. And then they've closed that now, and they're going to, I guess, turn it back into I don't know, Army base or whatever. But I was under the assumption that we were going to discuss that, and I just wanted to get in my 2 cents and say, why don't we keep it open? It's the only off-reservation Indian boarding school in the country.
If I may interject, why is it in Washington, D.C., the center, the home, the nerve center of the United States, we have that R word for a name of a football team? How do you expect us to trust you or believe that you're serious about us when there is a racist epithet every day of the week. Have you been to D.C.? You go there, you can't go to a single restaurant or nightclub without that being hanging over. Budweiser supports Redskins, hey! How can we believe that you're serious about taking us seriously until you change that?
Quanah Brightman, would you like to speak?
Sure. All right.
Thank you for calling me. I want to also thank all the people who came here, the parents, and of course, educators who came here concerned for our youth, and of course, our future leaders and our children. Some of the recommendations that have been voiced here today, they come from the heart. They come from average, everyday people like you and I. And they need to be heard by Washington, D.C. Now, there's one issue that we're dealing with as far as our organization, United Native Americans. We're trying to reopen and accredit DQ University. That is a top priority for us and our people, especially here in this state. We need a higher educational institution where we can bring our people and train them and give them that knowledge and give them that empowerment. Because these days, the war isn't out there on the streets with guns. You need to have books and knowledge. That's your weapon. That's a positive weapon that each and every one of us can use. The more knowledge you have, the more powerful you are. Now, some of the things that we've seen, when I was a student growing up, I was watching these kids and, just thinking about when I was that age and going through this educational system that we have in place. And, I was the only Indian, going to all these public schools over in Contra Costa County. I was the only Indian at my school majority of the times. And I had to face a lot of racism. I had to face a lot of internal issues as far as being the only Indian, kid there. I was constantly being teased, picked on. That shouldn't be tolerated in this day and age. The hate crimes that continue to, be pushed upon us as Indian people, the First Nations people here. When I think about some of the accomplishments that we've been able to do as far as Native American people, most people don't even know about the Choctaw Code Talkers of World War I. Do any of you know who they are? But does the Department of Education actually have that in their textbook when our kids go to these particular schools where that's honored? Now, did you know that we actually broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball 50 years before Jackie Robinson was even born? But that's not promoted. Then you think about what's really going on as far as Major League Baseball constantly keeping these stereotypical images of us and these racist depicted terms. Redskin? That's sickening. How do you think the African American community would feel if they had an N-word out there and a team out there depicting them in that way? Oh man, Martin Luther King would come back alive, man, and lead marches and do all these different things until it was reversed. But we don't have the numbers as far as, that huge a population to be able to do that by force. But we're here today to try to educate you and, of course, other people in D.C. who make these kind of decisions as far as funding and as far as developing pro-Indian curriculum in our social studies books, in our history books. There's many things in history that we've been able to accomplish that have just gone unnoticed. And it's really time that in this day and age, we're in 2011, why can't we consolidate the Native American Studies program in college, consolidate it down where it fits into a curriculum where it can be interjected into a K through 12? Why can't that be done? I mean, we don't even have a national holiday. We don't have a federally recognized holiday for us. Why is that? Columbus? Exactly. Columbus Day? You guys still honor Columbus Day and sit here and put him up on this pedestal and, what was he? He was a slave trader. And it's disgusting, I mean, you think about all these things and you think about our children. I'm a father, I'm a parent. You know, and I'm really deeply concerned about the education or lack of education for our children. They need to be taught these great heroic deeds that our forefathers fought and died for. All these great accomplishments that we've been able to contribute to society. You realize the Constitution was based off of the League of the Iroquois? Now, why is it that you guys practice this form of democracy? Actually, it's hypocrisy when you think about all the treaties that we signed, and we're still the landlords of this land, but we're not ever recognized as that. I'm hopeful that you will actually honor your words here today and take this to DC and champion this for us as far as developing some real positive curriculum that brings out all of these accomplishments and different things. So we need to stop the hatred towards our people. This book I brought here to share with you, this is a book that could be in every educational institution, K through 12, college, everywhere. This shows that we broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball before Jackie Robinson. But he has a whole day honoring him. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He did a great thing. But we did it before he did. Just like this country will always be ours because we were here before you. I hope that you hear these words. Thank you.